Bobby the Ice Cube's Adventure by Yoonseo Han. This is Bobby the Ice Cube. He lives in a refrigerator at -5 degrees Celsius. He is a solid. His intermolecular distance, or in other words, the distance between each molecule, is very little. Very low. So Bobby's molecules only vibrate, since the molecules don't have much space. So Bobby is always the same shape and has the same volume. During summer, Bobby plans to make a journey in the beautiful outside world. So the very next day, when the house's temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, Bobby comes out of the refrigerator because the refrigerator's door is open, and onto the kitchen floor. Something unexpected hit him. He started to melt. Since the heat or thermal energy is added, the intermolecular distance becomes a little more, and now the molecules can move a little more freely, slide past each other, etc. The other reason I explained before was because his molecules are getting energy from the heat, so his molecules, more energetic, moves around, like us. The other part of the reason was that Bobby will stay in an ice cube form if he was in 0 degrees Celsius or less. But since the room's temperature is 26 degrees Celsius, he would be obviously melting. So his molecules, now his intermolecular distance becomes a little more, and now they can slide past each other since they have a little more space. Then Bobby's owner came in and collected Bobby's melted body in a cylinder-shaped container. Surprisingly, he took the same amount of space, volume, but he turned into the container shape. The owner pours Bobby in the kettle. Then, the owner puts the boiling temperature to be 100 degrees Celsius. Bobby, getting more heat, got more and more energy, until he felt small bubbles forming in the bottom of the kettle. Then, some of his molecules went up and up in the air and zoomed around as far as they can go. Here are his molecules that can zoom around in the air and go anywhere there is space. He was vaporizing. The reason why he is vaporizing was because of the change of temperature. He would start vaporizing from the temperature 100 degrees Celsius. Bobby's volume got bigger or smaller depending to his molecules just zooming to different places. And he wasn't a fixed shape either because of his molecules, again, constantly zooming around. Now Bobby's intermolecular distance is maximum. Now Bobby is scattered in parts of the world. This is because in gases, the molecules will take as much space as available. They will go anywhere where there is space. For a month, he zooms through the sky. But one day, he became part of a black cloud. The black cloud made the molecules into liquid again by subtracting the heat or thermal energy from the molecules and making them less energetic by the wind, whose temperature was lower than the molecule's temperature. So condensation happens when the gas phase molecules hit a cooler temperature than themselves and turn back to liquid. The black cloud rained on the land. Bobby's few molecules fell down and down. On the ground, there was a child trying to catch some water in a cylinder cup. Bobby's few molecules fell into the cup with a few others. Altogether, they took form of the cylinder cup. The child goes back home and puts the cup in the refrigerator that was 0 degrees Celsius. 1 day later. Now Bobby's molecules are vibrating in a squished area once again with other molecules. The reason why they are now only vibrating is because the heat or thermal energy was taken away from liquid. And since the molecules lose the heat or thermal energy, that makes them less active. The other reason is that the freezing point is 0 degrees Celsius. And since the refrigerator's temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, the molecules will obviously be going through a phase change called solidification. Or, in other words, freezing. Bobby's molecules think about their adventure. They started off as a solid, then there was a phase change called melting, when they turned into liquid. Then they were boiled and they were steam. This is called vaporization. When they were gas, the black cloud made them go through another phase change, condensation. That means that they were gas, but was turned into liquid. Next, they were taken by a girl in a container and was put in the refrigerator. So now it was liquid to solid. That phase change was called solidification. Or in other words, freezing. Now Bobby's molecules are back to a part of a solid. On ice. Thank you.